So there's a lot of debate revolving around, do you need a trainer to get better? What makes a good trainer? Is paying for a trainer even worth it? Now, to me, to even answer any of these questions, we have to first break down, what is a trainer even for? What is the real job of a trainer? Now, by answering this question first, you can then answer all those other questions much more easily. Now, to me, the purpose of a trainer and the job description, so to speak, is to get you the desired results that you want as a player in a much more efficient and effective manner than you can do on your own. That is the key word, on your own, right? That trainer is gonna enhance the process further than you can do by yourself. So that is where the necessity of a trainer comes in. You'll always be able to get to a certain point on your own, but with anything in life, you're going to need help to get past that and get further than you could, again, on your own. So with that said, let's kind of break this down piece by piece to kind of make it all make sense and then allow you to answer those other questions we started with. So the first part of that sentence of the job description is to get you from point A to point B, right? Those desired results that you have as a player. Now, to me, 99.99% of the time, those desired results are going to be results in a game, right? Getting better at X in a game. So the role of a trainer is not to get you better at a skill in practice, but to get you better at a skill in a game. Now, there's many different ways that we can actually get from point A to point B, right? It's not always just a skill deficiency. Sometimes it's a mental, it's a mindset approach, it's a psychological approach. So being a good trainer, you're able to get that person from point A to point B in a number of different ways, not just from a skill perspective. And the other thing, for most players, they don't even know A, where they are at a start, but B, they don't really have a clear B or end point, right? They don't really know, okay, this is exactly what I need to get better at to get the results that I need. I don't know how to get from point A to point B. That's where the trainer comes in. Again, the trainer's role is to not just get you there, but to help clarify what it is that you're going to get to and how you're going to get there, right? Help lay out the path for you, so even if most of the work you're doing on your own, you have a clear path that you need to follow to get there. Now, for some players, you don't necessarily need help with clarifying where you are, clarifying where you want to go, what skills you need to work on, or what that path really looks like. But for most people, there is a constraint in terms of the time and the efficiency that you guys have when getting to that point. And that's oftentimes where the trainer comes in. So to give you guys an analogy for this, say you're trying to cut down a tree, right? You're cutting down a tree with simply just an axe. That is you as a player working your ass off, just trying to rep things out. You know what the goal is. In this analogy, the goal is to cut down the tree. And in real world, it's you to get to point B of acquiring said skill or getting to some certain endpoint. Now, as a player, you can work your ass off and just put in a million different reps, but the trainer is a tool that you can use. So say in this analogy, you're able to take a chainsaw, cut down the tree. You're able to accomplish that goal in a much more effective, less energy expenditure, in a much more time efficient manner, right? Maybe a quarter of the time that it would have taken you with just simply an axe. This is a good example of what it's like to be a player without a trainer, right? You can get to said goal, you can accomplish that goal, but you may put in way more effort than you need to, and it may take way longer than you need to, and you're simply just not going to get the same results, the most effective results that you possibly could get. So yes, you could get there, but it's probably going to take longer and more effort than you could have with a trainer. Now, the two keys, like I was saying, efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency is really just the time, okay? How fast are we gonna get from point A to point B? Effectiveness is the success rate. So if you wanna get better at X in a game, how effective are we at accomplishing that goal? Now, this is where a trainer comes in, and their knowledge about development is going to help you with those two goals. Now, as a player, as with anything in this world, we have limited knowledge in certain areas. As a player, your goal is to work out, to know the game of basketball, but not necessarily know about development, how to get from point A to point B. That is the trainer's role. So the knowledge you should be getting is how to get to your goal in a more efficient, effective manner. And this largely comes down to skill acquisition, which is something that I talk about often in numerous of my YouTube videos. That is just really the science of how do we acquire skills so that way they transfer over into games. So the best trainers will have a better knowledge of how to get you from point A to point B using this science, again, in the most efficient and effective manner possible. So what you're working on directly translates to results that you are seeking in a game. Now, for some trainers that you may pay for, they may not have that knowledge, right? You may be working out, you may be doing different things than you could do on your own, but again, it's not effective, it's not efficient. You're not going to get those results in the game because of the way that you're working on it. So give you a quick example, and this is something that I made a mistake on when I was early as a trainer. We're working on reps, we're working on certain things, trying to get from point A to point B, and we see those quick results. We see results fast in practice, but we think it's going to translate translate over to games, and it often doesn't. So the knowledge of effective skill acquisition is oftentimes we're not going to see that immediate result. We're not going to see an immediate benefit within that practice, but more spread out across time, right? So a good trainer will understand this, talk you through this. Okay, yes, you may not have felt like you got better today, but this is going to help you translate the skill over into games further down the road. So a good trainer will be able to organize every single rep that you do, progress you properly to make sure that you're getting to that result that you guys want, again, in the most efficient and effective manner. So with all of that said, and with that knowledge, you guys can kind of break down, is a trainer necessary? Up to a point, no, right? If you haven't put in any work on your own, maybe you don't need a trainer yet. But then when you get to the point where you've kind of maximized your own knowledge about development and getting better as a player, and you've kind of hit a plateau, that's where a trainer can come in. And good key to a quality trainer is doing something that you can't do on your own. Now, if you can get the same results as you are with your trainer by yourself, there's really no point. So is it worth it? It all depends on the person that you're training with and the knowledge that they have. That's why I'm saying it's more important to train with someone who's more expensive, but maybe better, because you're going to get to your desired results, and the success rate of that is going to be much higher. So this is kind of just my take on, are trainers important? What is even the point of a trainer in the first place? You kind of have to break it down and think of it from step one, which, what is a trainer even for, right? Like I said, the job description of a trainer and how to tell if someone is a good trainer is that they're going to get you your desired results that you want as a player, help you define those, lay out the clear path for you guys, and then get you there in as an effective and efficient manner as possible that you could not necessarily do on your own. So keep that in mind when you guys are looking at trainers. You're looking to work with somebody or just to do some programs online, things like that. So that is my point of view. Appreciate you guys for watching. See you in another video soon. Peace.